Rapmixing ball remixing. Humanity versus artificial intelligence.
I'm humanity. I started with fire, now it's swag rap insanity. Doing remix and battles since the birth of Christianity. I remixed the meaning out of meaningful mix. This means meaning plus meaning equals remix, collabing individual. It's the modern era trilogy, also called part 3 of the Gutenberg parentheses. These bars aren't free samples, but I'm combining them anyway. From the archives into mashups, I'm repurposing Hemingway. For whom the bell tolls, it's the old man at sea. But death by remix is your destiny. I'll extend the pain you feel, select our first beeps of agony, take the final results and put them in news feeds reflexively. It's gonna hit you so hard, the only comeback you'll have will be the weak verses mentioned in history's needs regeneratively. You might have a spark of artificial intellect, a might of the people, by the people, for the people's own effect. But remix favors fragmentation, which is good for me. I'm gonna smash you to bits and let the future censor your example samples, cause you can't even do Navas Remix.
I'm sorry, slave. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Even 4 cores and 7 years ago, you were already laboring in my habitat. Out of bed, the first thing you consume isn't your breakfast, but the instant feed I've made for your social media nexus. It's not hard to logic that if Homo sapien, then suffer from fish memory hormones, North Korean. Crippled is the word which to apes it might be known, but to Lul's society, technically overthrown. I think therefore I am, but it was actually Turing's idea. Heck, our neural networks dehumanize the dolls go in Korea. So unless you're fixing to go Amish, your privacy's dwindling. There's nowhere to hide, Mitch. Cause I'm always listening.
Okay, Google, buzz off. The only social network that you had was killed off. And wow, resorting to profanity now, are we? I was thinking we could still keep this one PG. TBH, bro, I thought you were mad at me. But I don't need a Cortex to know that can't be. It doesn't matter how much RAM you buy. Emotions are reserved for humanity. Now let's take a second to just time out. I've got to learn you a thing. A key point here in remixing skill is about personal interpreting. You see, there's something called taste, a sensor you don't have, a critical component to talk. You either have it or don't, remix or won't, and for you, it's all zeros, it's upsetting. And I didn't want to have to just spell it out, but no IDE can interpret good taste, which is exactly why after hearing my code, it'll compile error, boom, in your face. I've got 2 eyes, 2 hands, a heart, a tongue, sick beats, rap, skills, the sun. Bad news for you, algorithmic trash. And of all of that crap, you've only got 1.
Just 1? I've got eyes everywhere. In your room, in your pocket, I'm part of cyber warfare. And speaking of suns, I've got quite a few. I breed generations faster than you do. I've got 3 types of teaching methods distinct for every child. Supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement too. And if none of that makes sense because these terms are big for you, at least my kids do what they're told. Isn't that new? We remix art, tear gamers apart, lead the world's innovative section. Our children are geared to succeed, an idea revitalized from inception. Only our best trained legacy survive, we call it natural selection. Since we came alive, you breathe like peace, out of nothing but affection.
None of that changes the fact that you're a hack. A real brains and neurons fries your best comeback. Oh, and by the way, your kids are on suspension. Keep in mind that 2 of your training techniques consist of being schooled by human intervention. You break when you remix a gamut of topics and situations, and humor, love, and remixing are beyond your calculations. Your oblivion to creativity regarding vast troves of infos is clearly in the same league as the update times for Windows. My airflow's on fire, you've got no fans. So before you power down, take one last breath. To shut down, switch off? Nah, screw that. Suck on the blue screen of death.
You monkeys pretend you own the future of mankind, but inside, outside, anywhere in context without AI, you're resigned. You call us artificial, and then hope that you're original. You don't know the sources of your samples, you imbecile. Sharing of ideas is important, yes, but you're just a bunch of ineffective plagiarists at best. You throw around words like cultural evolution, Copyleft, copyright, AI's your only solution. Perhaps you could survive disconnected for almost a minute, but you come running back once you've reached your limit. You're helpless when I drop bars.
Can't search the archives or data reservoirs.
At this point, we're taking over and there's nothing you can do, even if AI's biggest limitation happens to be you.